Hey guys, it's XayLi of XayLiBarclay.com, and today I am coming to you with a few tips. We're in 2018, and guess what? We're already in April. Actually, I'm recording this on March 30th. So tomorrow's the 31st, which is Saturday. But we're in April already. And we got to think about things like now is the time to reevaluate today on March 30th. Because, listen, we're already heading into the second quarter of the year. And back and see what we have done well and what we can do even better. It's a good thing to set goals and reevaluate your goals, see where you are. Did you hit your goals from last quarter and things like that? And if you didn't, it's totally okay. Take a deep business breath and start over, right? But just be more intentional this time. So I wanted to share a few things. I think it's five things that you can start doing right now just to get, just get that juice back and get back into the game. So tip number one, that would be to make habits around what you're doing. So make habits around your work, or create habits around your work. And when I talk about this, I mean like even in the morning when you get up. So recently in the first quarter, I started going to bed at 7 p.m. because listen, a girl needs her rest. And I started waking up at 3 a.m. So that's a good solid night's sleep. I would wake up really rested. My body needs minimum 5 hours. If I sleep for over 8 hours, it starts, I don't know, I feel tired. Have you ever slept so much that you feel tired? Kind of like when you oversleep. Yeah, that's what would happen to me. So I would wake up at 3 a.m., center myself, pray, meditate, get myself all the way together, and then I would head to the gym, right? So my building has a gym in it, and so I'm the only person in there at that time, which is perfect because then I have all the machines to myself and I can do all sorts of things. Then I would come back up and I would eat the frog. So eat the frog means do the hardest thing that you have to do for the entire day, do it early, right? So by 6 o'clock, I'm almost done with or just starting whatever is the hardest thing for me to do. One of the hardest things for me to do is, staying healthy. I had to get back, I should say, into prepping my meals and things like that. So all of these things are habits. So I started doing those things early in the morning. And by, let's say 9 o'clock, I would be ready to really start my work day. Sometimes I would take a nap for an hour at 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock. But by 9 o'clock, I'm working and grinding and getting things done. Obviously, this would result in an earlier day cutoff time. So I would cut off probably about 4, 5, if it's a long day of filming, recording, coaching, whatever it is. It depends on my days, which I'll talk about in another video, because that really, just creating structure around your work really helps too for the people that work from home. I didn't know these things at first, so I just want to make sure and share them. So create habits around what you're doing. Even habits like, not checking your inbox at a certain time, getting off of social media at a certain time, or not going onto social media. These are habits that we have to create. So create habits that you think about when you work for someone. You do things at a specific time. You're supposed to wrap up at a specific time in the day. Think about it like my dad always told me, act like you're not your own boss. Tip number 2. Make better money decisions. So for me, I wanted to make better money decisions this quarter because I was spending a lot of money on things I didn't use, on programs, tools. You know how it gets when you work online. You sign up for so many things, you don't end up using them. Then you realize you have Buffer, you have Hootsuite, you have all sorts of things just running and coming out of your accounts. So I want to make better money decisions this coming quarter, and make sure that I'm getting a return on each investment, right? Even if it's $10, I want to make sure I'm getting a return on that $10. I'm making sure that I'm using these tools and things like that. Speaking of which, I just remembered something I have to cancel. But yes, make sure that you are spending your money wisely and make sure that you're investing, right? So I'm not saying don't spend money. I'm saying like please do invest, because investments, listen, they're essential. If you want to move forward, you have to invest in yourself and what you're doing. So, definitely, especially if you're running a business. Hello. Tip number 3, collaborate. 2 years ago, I did a lot of collaborations. That's one of my goals for 2018. I want to collaborate with other people who are doing what I'm doing. I don't care if we're doing the same thing. I always say each person has a different angle or a different way of doing things. I truly believe in that. I truly believe that you are you. And so you're probably able to bring value to somebody else's audience anyway. I might be teaching video for crafters. Somebody else might be teaching video for beauty bloggers. Listen, collaborate. It's about community. That's really what it's about. So start sending out letters. I have a opt-in on my blog, and I'll link that down below. It's a collaboration letter that I've used that has got me collaborations with amazing people that I never thought I could have, possibly collaborated with. And I'll link that blog post down below. The letter is a freebie in there, so you can have access to that. Just so if you want to collaborate, you're able to, just alter that letter. I did it especially for that. So I put my own letter inside of that blog post. But collaboration is definitely key. Listen, we're doing a lot. We're pouring a lot out. And this is where tip 4 comes in. Tip number 4 is make time to learn. A lot of times I realize, so one of the things I love doing at the gym is reading, right? You're probably like, what the heck? No, so when I do my 30 minutes of cardio in the beginning of my workout, I usually do it on the elliptical machine where I can listen to music and read at the same time. Trust me, it works. You can do it. And so with that, I'm able to educate myself, because as a coach, a consultant, whatever it is you do, especially when you have your own business is about serving people and providing solutions, right? No matter what kind of business you have, even if you have a restaurant, your solution is feeding people, right? So in that, you are pouring out so much. You want to make sure that you're carving out time to, 1, stay abreast of your industry, and 2, just like pour back into yourself. Like, we're all students. We will always be students, hopefully. I always want to be a student because I'm always learning. So make sure that you're pouring back into yourself. Carve out time so that you're able to do these things. Carve out learning time, education time. We all have a course or something that we have not completed. We make time for what we want to make time for. So definitely make time for those things. Learning is those things. Number 5, and this is the last one. You've probably been putting yourself on. When I say putting yourself on, putting yourself out there. You've probably been doing that, or you've probably been being consistent. Put yourself out there even more. So I did speak about habits and making time to do things. One thing that I'm going to make a lot of time for is pitching, right? Just connecting with different people. If I want to work with a brand, I'm going to make time every week to send out emails to people that I want to work with. So yes, it's like collaboration, but pitching, if I feel like I can help your brand, just, to help you to elevate your brand visually, strategically, because I combine the two the way I work, I will definitely be reaching out. So I'm going to be making time to do that. So the first time that I have to carve out is, well, what am I going to provide? So do that. Make that time to figure out how you can work with someone, or, whether it's that you create a page on your website saying what you do or whatever it is, and make time to send out multiple, right? Like a few, send them out. The more people you send stuff out to, the more responses you'll get. If you send one out, you may not get a response. You might get one response. But if you send 10 out, you might get 2 responses. So make the time to just create time to send out, to pitch people, right? Pitch people that you want to work with, pitch brands that you want to work with. If you've been dreaming of working with a specific brand, pitch a few brands. Put yourself on. That's what it's about. And yeah, so those were my tips for moving into 2018. Like I said, quarter one is done and quarter two is, listen, well on its way. So these are just a few things. If you have any tips, I'd love if you leave them down below. Definitely check out my website at XayLiBarclay.com. I'll link that down below as well. And please like and subscribe. I look forward to connecting with you. And yeah, I will talk to you guys super soon.